has there been a champion who has a player on the court that not only chooses not to defend, but can't defend, okay? One, Luka Doncic. I know we get mesmerized by the step-back threes and the 30-point triple-doubles and the game-winning shots against goofy Rudy Gobert. I get it. We get mesmerized by it. It is what it is, right? But if you cannot defend the basketball, you cannot stop the ball from getting into the lane. You're lazy. You pouting all the time. You're turning the ball over. You won't get back on defense. Everybody got to help you out in the rotations. You're not going to be, it's going to be hard to win.
Even though I killed the ghost, there's still room to debate. It's either Jordan or LeBron who being labeled the great. If you hungry for the smoke, then come and get you a plate. Cause some rock with LBJ and some giving them hate. Come tune into the show, cause we about to get into it. Jordan is the GOAT. But now it's time to prove it.
We talking about the playoffs. Now listen, some may say Coach J.O., some may say the playoffs are a bit disappointing this year. Some may say Boston's just that good. And some may say, probably like myself, the Mavs probably just wasn't supposed to be there. Maybe they overachieved. Who knows? But Coach J.O., I'm going to pass the ball to you. It's in your court, man. Give me to the game that we just watched. What's your thoughts? I come back to what I think. I want to hear what you and the coaches guys say. What you think about what we just saw, man?
In my lifetime, I've watched over 25 NBA Finals live, right? Not once has there been a champion who has a player on the court that not only chooses not to defend, but can't defend, okay? One, Luka Doncic. I know we get mesmerized by the step-back threes and the 30-point triple-doubles and the game-winning shots against goofy Rudy Gobert. I get it. We get mesmerized by it. It is what it is, right? But if you cannot defend the basketball, you cannot stop the ball from getting into the lane. You're lazy. You pouting all the time. You're turning the ball over. You won't get back on defense. Everybody got to help you out in the rotations. You're not going to be, it's going to be hard to win. I don't care how many points you score. If you're scoring, if you got 30-point quarters and the other team got 35-point quarters, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. Luka Doncic right now is the sole reason Dallas Mavericks are down 3-0. Nobody can move me off of that square. He's the sole reason why.
Hey, I'm with you on that. I've literally been watching these finals, and Tatum and Brown, I mean, they are blowing past, not getting around, not, beating them by maybe one step. They're blowing past Luka. And you're right. Luka is an offensive talent. But defense, he is a liability, Coach Scott. And, I mean, I hate to say this, but we're giving Luka all of the praise. I think we're taking a lot of that praise away from Kyrie because Kyrie's been really now. Kyrie has been playing some. People got to realize Kyrie's not the biggest guy in the world either, right? But he has been stepping up on the defensive end and the offensive end. And we're not saying that his game was perfect or is perfect, but Luka is definitely, Coach Scott, a liability on that defensive end. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. If I can go buy myself a roller from the Dollar General and get down to Amaricus and roll that plum purple crushed velvet jacket off that my co-host has on, I definitely would, because I'm standing and I got his back on this one. Luka is 100% an offensive talent and a defensive nightmare right now. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are having a field day as it pertains to getting to the bucket. They can get any shot they want. They're creating by slashing these lanes and creating space on the three. And again, I'm going to always go back to my first love. The greats are always going to cancel themselves out. But man, those others, they play a major, major role as it pertains to what it takes to win a championship. With the Boston Celtics being together for the past 3.5 years, couple components here and there, but the main components of their team, the mainstays, with Tatum and Brown being a awesome tandem, with White coming in to add some additional points, and Al Horford, he's just playing some great basketball right now. 45 points, 36 rebounds, and 26 assists. We really have to think about this when the others are playing. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, 61 points. The others brought in 45 points. It is a very tough way to win when you have the others scoring that many points. 45 to 37, difficult, man.
We talked about this back when it was in a series when they were playing against the Clippers, and the major offense, the majority of the offense was Kyrie and Luka, and it was just Kyrie and Luka. Remember, I picked the Clippers in that series, and I was surprised when they actually got past the Clippers, and then it surprised me more that they got past the T-Wolves. And again, when it came down to the T-Wolves, Coach J.O., like I said, then Towns is the key to that series. What do you call him? Goofy?
No, Goofy go Bird.
Goofy go back. Okay, but Goofy Towns was it was the key to that series, because if he plays his game, drive, get down low, he's a big guy. If you play the way you're supposed to play and not lunch him from half court, they win. But that did not happen. So the Mavs surprised me, and they got past the T-Wolves easily at that. And they get past the T-Wolves very easily, and now they're here. Boston, Coach J.O., is a different beast.
It's a totally different beast, right? Think about this, right? Dallas won the first quarter, 31-30. All right, the second quarter, 20-20. All right, Dallas was up 1 point at halftime. It was up. This is what it's going to take, Dallas. You got to defend. I don't care how many points you score. You got to be able to defend, and they did that in the first half. You can't give up no 30-point quarter. But, they defended. They came back in the third, 35-point quarter to Boston. And that's your game. That's your game. They went on a 20-2 run in the fourth. They went on a 20-2 run and got back in the game through playing hard, getting stops. Okay, Kyrie had it going, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't. Boston can clamp it up when it's time, and the Mavs can't. It's really that simple. They can clamp up, strap up, get the stops, get the rebounds, and do it.
You know who this team reminds me of, and I might catch a lot of feedback for this, but this is my opinion, and y'all can disagree. Coach Scott, the 14 Spurs, they make the extra passes. At least tonight, they were making. Remember how the Spurs? I mean, those guys, they would not just take any shot. They would take the best shot available, and they will make the extra pass to do so. And they would collectively play ball on the defensive end to stop you. And it's like they were able to turn it on. Like, all right, it's almost like the team as a whole had a Jordan mentality. Remember how Jordan's like, I felt like, I could just turn it on. Even if I'm off that night, when it counts, I can turn it on. And the Boston Celtics remind me of that. Now, when Luka went out with 26 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 6 fouls, I'm like, uh-oh, this thing's over. But Kyrie didn't give up, Coach Scott. Right. To me, I think it was too much for him to overcome by himself because they carried the majority of the load together. But in that loss, Kyrie showed us still who he is. Kyrie's like, I'm him. I'm really him, Coach Scott. You know what I mean? That's what Kyrie showed us.
100% agree with that, man. But I think the main thing that took Kyrie out of this game here, minutes. Yeah. 45 minutes. Right. Yeah. He stayed on the court the whole game, man. I mean, he was spent. Right. A lot of times he didn't even bring the ball down because he was just trying to get his legs up under him. And you could see it in that fourth where a couple of his shots were kind of short. But again, this is on Luka Doncic. That third and fourth foul that he got came back in late in the third, got a bad, silly foul. That was foul number 3. And then the bad 2 back-to-back fouls that he got. I don't agree with a player of his offensive caliber. You know you're the defensive liability, and you see that they're attacking you. Why would you be that far off the ball and allow him to attack you, and then you try to He's got to play better. He's got to play better if they have a hope, if they have a chance. 43 rebounds. They out-rebound Boston. But again, it was just based on the minutes that their key players had to play. And Kyrie, in my opinion, he showed exactly that he's him. And after the game was the biggest inspiration for me. Did you see after the buzzer went off, he started clapping it up and start telling his guys, keep your head up. So I think they'll go win 4. They're going home in 5. They'll go home back in Boston.
But let me add this, Coach, right? And this is why the greatest of the greats. When I think about the Michael Jordans of the world, the Kobe Bryants of the world, even the Kawhi Leonards of the world, right? They not only give you your 25, your 30, your 35 points, but they are willing to guard the best perimeter player on the court.
Yeah.
For stretches in the game. For major stretches in the game.
I know what you're talking about.
Get what I'm saying?
Kyrie stood up to Tatum.
Me, that separates the greats from the greats. Even a LeBron James, right? And I know I'm labeled the LeBron James hater. Cool, right? But in key possessions, he guarded the Derrick Rose. He guarded the Tony Parkers, in those one possessions at the end of the game that you got to get a stop. And he came up with a stop. He was willing to do it. Not only willing, but he could do it. That's what separates the greats. That's what separates, because it's levels to it. It's levels to greatness.
Absolutely.
You can still be great, and there's another 3 or 4 levels above you.
Right.
That's what separates them.
Coach, you need to put that plum purple on every. It sounds like you some wisdom over there, man.
Hey, Coach Scott. Hey, listen, I had to come back in and zoom this thing out. I gotta ask a question. Did we finally just hear Coach J.O. give LeBron some props?
Hey, man, that plum is. Hey, look, he's drinking the juice.
Oh man, hey, yeah, he on his own juice. He getting high on his own supply here. I can't believe it. There you go, right there. He's sipping. He on the juice.
I love it, Coach.
One thing about this, and before we go to the next segment, one thing about the series is thus far, it's been easy for Boston. Even that 20-2 run that the Mavs went on, that took a lot. And when you can look at a game and the other, even in football, you can see the same thing. When a team can just move downfield meticulously, strategically, just move down. You can't stop them. They picking up first down, second down, first down, first down, first down, second down, third down, first down, first down, second down, first down. And they go and score a touchdown. You got to come out. Maybe you get a first down and you punt. Maybe you get up to the 50-yard line and you punt. And then you might get a touchdown. But the other team's just scoring with ease. And this series is like that. And even in the closer game, the closer game in game 2, it was closer. But with that being said, that was a struggle to make that. Now at home in Dallas, they were supposed to go on a 22 run. You're supposed to do that. You're supposed to do it. You're at home. Don't go out like that. You're supposed to run that. But the way how fast Boston got a 20-point lead. Now, I know they lost it, but they maintained it. They held on to it. But how fast they got it was scary on the road. That was scary.
How fast they pulled off. They brought it within 1, and then they just pulled off. I was like 2 quick threes and some good defense. It was like boom.
And the thing about it, I don't even think that the Mavs were just playing great defense. I mean, not great defense, but great offense to make that run. It's just that the Celtics start playing bad offense.
You just
coming down,
that's true,
jacking up shots. Get the ball to the hot hand. Get the mismatches that you need, whether it's Kyrie, Tim Hardaway, or Luka, and just keep working that. Those were the mismatches. Because even though Kyrie competed on defense, he's still limited in what he can do. Can't do nothing with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. They're too fast, too athletic, and too big for Kyrie. He can try.
Yeah. I can agree with that, even because when I seen Drew Holiday come around and take that uncharacteristic 3-pointer from the top, he just rushed it. I'm like, that's not Boston ball right there.
I think that was heat check.
Yeah, like that's not Boston ball. Well, but with that being said, let's go to the next segment.